But you know how the market is, it fluctuates. You'll be holding 100k profits, then it goes back. So 30,000 rand. You know, then it goes back in. I blew cash, bro. I used to fund like with like 300s.
300 rand.
300 rand, open an account, blow right now. After 5 minutes, it's blown. Take another 300, blow it, you know. And then I took a break. I'm like, no, now it's time to learn. Now it's time to really dabble into this thing. And after that, I went back in and then I started seeing, you know, consistency a bit more, but I still blew. I even failed in school because I was just reading this thing. I needed to understand it and I needed to be successful. Bro, my 2020 was the biggest blessing of my life. You know, I remember when lockdown happened. COVID is gonna end soon. I don't know when, but it's either I'm gonna come out broke or I'm gonna come out successful. I have two options. And obviously I wasn't gonna go for the other one. Yeah. And I chose to go for, you know, being successful. And 2020 is what made OG Trades.
Hey, what's up, traders? Welcome to Traders Room SA, talking all things Forex. You guys can see that I'm not alone today, man.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
with the OG, man, himself. You know, it's not a new face. If you guys have seen the other episode we did around last year during COVID times,
Yeah.
you know, still on the phones. You know?
Yeah, we were live. I remember we went live on Instagram. Yeah, but now we're here, man.
Now I get to meet you in person, though.
This
man just brought me out to Santon, man. Like,
hey, man.
You know the houses I passed. Crazy.
Yeah, now
how are you, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Fucking thank you so much for your time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for your time, gents, or everyone who's watching this. Ladies, gentlemen, you know, we have the biggest, even with you walking in here, everyone was like, yo, well, I know you.
Yeah,
you know, but I died now, but shout out to you.
So, bro, man, we're here for Shaun OG today, man. Like, you know, I've been following you for some time. We did the interview last year.
Yes, sir.
You know, and like, bro, it's great seeing you in person.
Yeah.
Hey, man, like, me, I just want to start off on, you know, we want to get to know you.
True.
Know? So, like, it's more of a conversation than like a job interview.
Yeah.
Because you don't work a 9 to 5.
I could never, bro.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a Forex trader.
Forex trader
Full time, all day, every day.
Yeah, bro. So like before Forex, you know, where did it start? How was high school, bro?
Do you know, I like that question actually. In high school, I used to be one of those niggas in assembly just chilling and looking at everyone on some, I wonder who of us here are going to be wealthy? Who of us here are going to be millionaires? Who of us here are going to have babies soon and all of that, you know what I mean? But I just always wanted to be the best. And personally for me, Forex has been the pathway to being the man that I want to become and the man that I'm gradually becoming, you know what I mean? In terms of, one thing people should know is that they should never focus on one source of income. And for me personally, while I'm on my journey of building this empire and all these other companies, this is the one thing that's helped me get to that point within a specific period of time. And with everything that was going on, I mean, I remember when we had the interview, I was still in school, I was still in varsity, remember?
Yeah.
And after that, getting a job is a hassle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the only thing I had was trading. And I had to make sure I made the most of it. And that's what I've basically been doing, bro. Just making sure that we get to the goal quicker. Since high school, I've always been a hustler. Yeah, they've always known me to be a hustler. Since high school and primary, I've just done the most. I would, like, if I had to go back to a nigga that stock sweets.
Stock sweets,
bro.
Those guys irritating guys. Trading.
Yeah, but I did it like in a subtle manner. They knew, how about a stock sweets? It's like an OG. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I did that and I just never left the hustling mentality. Do you know what I mean? And I just had to make it very professional, and I had to learn the skill and implement, and yeah, that's how I did it, bro.
So before we get into the Forex stuff, what's the most you've made from selling stock seeds? You know, because we all know at the end of the week.
There's that.
Profit, you know?
I think that's crazy. The most I've made, because I remember I stopped in grade 11 because matric I had to focus on, like, you know, matric.
Yeah.
I think the most I've made is probably like what, 100? 100 rand, and what's like chat that stock, time to go his stock, and then come back again, you know what I mean? It was just, it was money for me to sustain myself.
Yeah, at that time.
Yeah. And find other avenues. Then after that, I went into photography.
Yeah. You tried all those things.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you did modeling at some point.
Nah, I'm very shy, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't do modeling. But yeah.
So you go into varsity now. I'm sure like student life was kicking in.
Yeah.
So how did you get introduced to Forex, man?
I actually got introduced to Forex through a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, Katz. He's the one that actually taught me how to trade, right?
Okay.
With him teaching me how to trade, I got to adapt and learn, and I was constantly just asking him questions. And fortunately for me, I think I owe it to also my boys from the Val, the gents I went to school with. I think I'd mentioned in the previous interview, I went to school with the FX Golds. So yes, we were all in the same varsity. And before my relationship with them, I just saw how the boys were pushing, right? And that's what also inspired me to just keep going. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I built a strong relationship with Jaguar and the twins, you know what I mean? So it was just, that also kept me going and pushing.
I can imagine during varsity you have these friends who are pushing the charts.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can see, hey, but like, these guys are coming to school with
doing the most.
Mercedes Benzes, you know.
You know, for me it wasn't just the Mercedes. I grabbed the kicks. I'm like, this ball just bought an Air Jordan 1. I've been wanting. Next week he comes with a different kick. Now it's not just because they weren't on that level yet. So I caught on to the wave before they even got to the whips. So just the attire, the steez. These boys were drinking Hennessy while we stressing about you know what I mean? So it's the small things that got me inspired and got me gradually building. And actually, I personally got to see their growth. And one thing people need to know, you need to be inspired rather than hating.
Yeah.
I draw inspiration from everybody. You know what I mean? There's not a person that I don't draw inspiration from. You know what I mean? If you're doing good, whether we're on good terms or not, I consistently draw inspiration. So I got that from them.
Yeah, nah, that's really good. So, you know, Kat introduces you to the charts. You know, so how's the learning curve like? You know, because some of us, we get into Forex, you know, we only figure it out 3 months down the line. There are some people who learn about the charts a month later, they already know what a candlestick is. So how long did that journey from knowing what's working for the people who are around you to actually getting in depth in terms of knowing the charts?
I think one thing that helped me was the fact that I was asking a lot of questions. I was asking things as to why is this market going up? Why is it going down? Why are these candlesticks like this? So with me asking questions and having a person who can answer those questions, who's right next to me, made my progress quicker. Do you know what I mean? And also, I put in the work. I read books, bro.
Yeah.
I read a lot of PDFs. I even failed in school because I was just reading this thing. I needed to understand it, and I needed to be successful with this thing that I'm trying to venture into. Do you know what I mean? So the learning process, and it also took a while. I remember 3 months of varsity years. I didn't attend classes.
Plus it was during the COVID.
It was during the COVID. No, it was before COVID. It was 2019. 2019. Yeah, before COVID hit. I remember that year, that's when I just flunked school. I spent like 3 months. No classes, no what. I was just reading all these books, doing what I do, coming back. Because I could see that, you know what? Yes, I'm studying this, but what are the chances of me actually getting a job?
What were you studying?
I was studying BA Law.
BA Law?
Yeah. So it's like, what are the chances of me actually getting a job? Because I'm not ready to go for my LLB and go do my honors and my masters. You know, school is a drag.
Especially when there's something like Forex where you can just like dedicate 3 to 6 months, you know, depending on your hunger, you know, just figuring it out and just living the best life possible. So you figure it out. So 3 months you're flunking school, just
focusing and reading, bro. PDFs, watching YouTube videos, doing my own research, understanding, like, I went as deep as understanding candlestick formations, understanding, bro, the smallest of things. And I think it took so long because I went in the back end, and there's nothing that I couldn't answer. regarding forex and trading. Do you know what I mean? And also because I'm a mentor, I can't have my clients coming to me and asking me, OG, what's A, B, and C? And I'm here scratching my head.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Give them an answer
I need to
now.
give them the answer, and that's also one thing that also helped me in terms of getting to know so much about the industry and studying it in all aspects. Yeah.
Right. So, in terms of getting started with like trading, when did you set your foot on the trading and say, I'm opening an account and actually funding to trade? Were you trading during those 3 months or?
I was, which was not smart of me.
Yeah.
It was not. I think I was a bit too impulsive. I blew cash, bro. I used to, so I'd get my allowances and just hoard in there. And I remember, I won't mention the mentor's name because he's a friend of mine now. But he was my mentor at the time. He was the one helping me, dabble into this and that. And I just blew. And that's when I realized that it's not on the mentor. It's on you and the information that you have and the knowledge that you have. I can give you a signal, but because you don't know proper risk management, it's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? So, I used to fund with 300s.
300 rand.
300 rand, open an account, blow right now. After 5 minutes, it's blown. Take another 300, blow it.
Because Nasfis, you're earning how much?
Oh, they were giving me what at the time? They were giving us 1.2.
So you can't fund everything.
You can't, bro. You can't. You really can't. But also I was getting an allowance from home. So just adding those two together and my hustles on the sides, you know what I mean? So, but I blew a lot of cash and it got to a point where I stopped funding and I just went to the knowledge. And then I remember 2019, I started funding again around October. And
after
then
the blowing phase.
After the blowing phase, and then I took a break. I'm like, no, now it's time to learn. Now it's time to really dabble into this thing. And after that, I went back in and then I started seeing, consistency a bit more, but I still blew. Yeah, but it was better.
So you're withdrawing more because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I was withdrawing more, but at the time, I was just basically making withdrawals of 500. I was jumping up and down.
Yeah.
You're making 500 on your phone, bro.
That's
it was
crazy.
just, so at the time, I was just, it was just that. And then until 2020 came and things were different.
Things were different in 2020. That's crazy because 2020 we had COVID.
Yes.
And with COVID, man, markets were just all over the place, So depending on the type of trader you are, you could have made profit.
Or loss.
Taking advantage of those fluctuations. But some people found it hard to trade in those conditions. So how is your 2020 looking like?
Bro, my 2020 was the biggest blessing of my life. I remember when lockdown happened, I literally sat down and I was just like, COVID is going to end soon. I don't know when, but it's either I'm going to come out broke or I'm going to come out successful. I had to make that decision, that conscious decision of I have two options. And obviously I wasn't going to go for the other one. Yeah. And I chose to go for, being successful. And 2020 is what made OG Trades online. That's what made OG Trades. And that's when I found more consistency. And one thing people don't understand, consistency consists of confidence.
Yeah.
And you need to be confident in yourself. And that also helps with the psychology of trading. Do you know what I mean? And you can't say that you're a trader, but you're not confident in yourself. Because if you're confident in yourself, you're confident when it comes to the market. It's like you know what you're doing, regardless of how the market can try to mess with your mentality. You know what I mean? So that's what it consisted of. Yeah.
I'm assuming that's when you had your breakthrough in 2020. True. Is there any specific trade, not specific trade as per se, but is there one account that really pushed you?
Yeah, I think there was one account. I remember there was this. It was JP Market days. Everyone out there remembers JP Markets. I was trading gold. I won't mention how much, but that's when I was like, no, I'm a big dog. But I wasn't because we made more money after that. But I was that, and what I did, I didn't take that money to blow. I took that money, and how I was able to somehow grow. I took the capital and I put it in 2 other different accounts.
Trading accounts.
Trading accounts. Right. So now I had an account for indices, I had an account for currency pairs where I was scalping, and then I had the big account where I was swinging, and I was taking both currencies and indices because it was big enough. And so that's how it happened. Yeah.
Also, you mentioned confidence is really important, especially when you dealing with the markets, you know, wanting to transform into a better trader. Like, what's advice you want to give people who lack confidence in the market? Because, you know, executing a trade for anyone is like the scariest thing. I'm sure even you too.
You can't be overly confident. You still think about it like, okay, all right, let's go. Enter more positions. Yeah, let's keep going. But the one thing I'd advise people to do is that, the biggest problem is that we try to look for a holy grail. There's no such thing as a holy grail. But you can use different tools to give yourself confirmation on whatever it is that you're trading. That's what I do. I have to have at least 4 confirmations on whatever trade I take, whatever signal I send out. So it's just, if you can make money from a specific trading method, advance that and build the confidence within yourself to implement that to the highest degree. That's the one advice. And the more you practice is the more your confidence builds up. And that's all you need to build your confidence. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
That's really great. So once you found your breakthrough in the market, you know, I'm sure you saw lifestyle changes. I'm sure you could also afford those Jordans.
Bro, I was inside. I was making sure. That's the first thing I bought. No, I remember the first thing I bought, clothing item, was Air Forces.
Air Force Ones.
Yeah, Air Force One, white. White. Those things are beat up right now, but I haven't thrown them away. They're just there on my shoebox. They're chilling. It's like, I remember you because you were my first like clothing purchase I made with my withdrawal. Yeah.
So that's when you saw it's possible.
It's possible.
So I can buy an Air Force.
Bro.
You know, I'm sure, bro, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So regarding lifestyle, man, you know, because we always see these traders on Instagram promoting lifestyle, you know, let's say someone who looks up to Shaun Og, and they're finding it hard to become profitable. At the same time, they're looking on Instagram, you know, for someone who they look up to, and they could get caught by the lifestyle instead of focusing on the charts. Because you did mention that, like, you've been focusing on the charts, and you had to stay focused and lock yourself in and just focus on the charts. So someone who's looking at Instagram traders and their lifestyle, you know, to try become profitable, what's one thing you'd say to them?
You know, with me personally, one thing I focused on the money first. Then I feel like it comes with the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because there's some people that focus on the lifestyle so much that you end up sacrificing yourself for this lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't help that you live this lifestyle and people see you as this flashy person, but you go back home, you don't have groceries. It doesn't work that way. And I didn't want to be that person. And it's like a thing of, it's an example, right? Let's say you start a business. With this business that you start making money, and you used to shop at, an example, Jet, right? You make your first 200,000 Rand. Are you gonna go to Jet?
No, man, you're gonna want.
You know what I mean? You're gonna want that thing. So with me, that's how the lifestyle came. I didn't go with it with the thing of running towards it, but I went with it of, okay, I'm in this niche. Not because there's anything wrong with Jet, not because there's anything wrong with Mr. Price or whatever, but I'm in this niche. I would also like to spoil myself just a bit.
Reward yourself.
You know, for the hard work. You know, so there's no reason for me to reward myself, whereas there's nothing to reward myself for. There's no success or achievement.
Yeah.
And I think that's what came with the lifestyle. I just put in the work, and from putting in the work, I gradually adapted to it because I was trying to.
You know, yeah, because, you know, sometimes it is important for a trader, especially if you're taking it as your full-time career, you know, to show something for what you're doing in the market, you know, and also what you mentioned about, you know, businesses, you know, I think it's important to also venture into businesses because, you know, as
Definitely.
traders, man, we never know where the month will take
Yeah.
you with trading, you know.
Yeah.
But obviously, throughout the year, going to be consistent. But, you know, are there any other businesses you looking into?
Yes. There's actually a couple, but I'm afraid to mention them because I don't want to jinx things. But what I can mention is that I'm about to buy my third whip in like 2 weeks. So I don't know when this video is gonna drop, but then I'm about to get the whip now, and I think that's one thing I can mention. But with the businesses, I think I don't want to jinx it because of, you know, energy also plays a huge role in these things. But we're definitely looking into expanding the OG brand, and not just limiting it to just trading and forex related things. You know what I mean? There's more to life than what we do, and there's a lot more opportunities. Like forex will open a lot of doors for you. One thing it does, it opens doors, and whatever door opens, just make sure that you just, you know, you execute and you go through it.
I'm sure you also get to network with a lot of traders. Like right now, just sitting, we in one room, you know, talking about the charts. And yo, man, that's really amazing, man. So I also want to find out, man, in terms of forex, you know, are there any pairs that you really like, or pairs that took you out the hood? You know,
the pair that took me out the hood was USD and gold.
So I noticed that you trade a lot of you trade USD ZAR.
Like exotic pairs.
Okay, so how's that? How do you trade USD ZAR?
I think I got used to it more than anything. It's like I have a schedule.
Right.
And growing up, I never thought I'd have a schedule because I didn't want to be I'm working on a schedule type of guy. But working on a schedule is the only way to success. That's what I feel like, because now when you're working on this, you're basically journaling your success and your progress that you're making. So I know every morning from Tuesday to Thursday, the first pair I look at literally 7 a.m. is USD ZAR. Before the banks even open, so on and so forth. And because the movement is also not as fast at that time, so I know that I scalp it, then I'm done for the day, then I look at other pairs. Do you know what I mean? But the two pairs that have made me profitable and successful is honestly USD ZAR and gold. Mostly gold, because gold was the first biggest withdrawal.
Do you remember like the craziest gold or USD ZAR trade? Because, you know, you mentioned that USD ZAR usually traded in the morning. Is there a reason why you traded in the morning?
I did that because I just before banks opened. Especially the South African banks also play a role in USD ZAR. You know, because it's the ZAR, and that's what I focused on mostly, just getting it while it's volatile, but it's moving slow, type of thing. And I just pump up the lot size, the entries in, and I'm out.
You're out. And gold?
Gold, relatively, I'd say when the new session starts. That's when that's the best time to trade gold. Because before then, you're just going to be dealing with the retracements and the pullbacks, and there's a lot going on. So when the new session starts, it's relatively the best time to just, you know, dabble into gold, but analyze prior, and maybe have your sell limits or buy stops, all of those, if you're gonna be busy.
So how do you focus on two pairs only? Because, you know, sometimes you see other people trading US30, NASDAQ, and sometimes you get tempted to
take other trades.
You know,
I don't just focus on two, right? But I make sure that a trading day doesn't go by without me trading those two. I trade a lot of pairs. Mostly I'm most comfortable with currency pairs. And so I trade all of them. I can analyze all of them. I can understand most of them, and also I do trade indices, but I keep it strictly to NASDAQ and German 30, but more of NASDAQ than German 30.
So are you a scalper? Do you swing? You know, do you still have those swing accounts that
I think I'm mostly of a scalper more than anything, but I think with swinging, I can never hold a trade for more than a week.
More than a week.
Yeah, I really can't. You know that you find those bulls who just hold trades for a month or 3 months or whatever. That patience. I'm just seeing these blues here. I'm thinking it's 100,000. Must I close or leave it? And you know how the market is. It fluctuates. You'll be holding 100K profits, then it goes back. So 30,000 rand. You know, then it goes back in. So I just set my target, and I'm not greedy. When I'm happy, I'm out. You know what I mean? I know that sometimes you can analyze a pair, you can see that, okay, it has a long way to go. But rather set your target.
And you're out.
Out, reanalyze, look for a point of entry, enter, out type of thing. So that's how I do it. But I don't hold a trade for more than a week. I usually, with like the exotic pairs that I trade, I hold them for like about a day or two. And then I'm out.
Then you're out. Yeah, because I can't imagine. I mean, some people do it, you know, like they hold a trade, it's at 100,000 and it goes back to 30,000.
Bro, imagine seeing 100K, then you 30,000. You like, no matter how strong you are, let's be honest, no matter how strong you are mentally, you're seeing 100K, then it goes back to 30,000 rand. Even though you know it's gonna go back and even surpass. But I mean, you're fine. Just don't be greedy. Take your profits and you're out.
There's still an opportunity the following
Definitely.
day, you know. So I think you should just give the people, you know, some people do know how to trade, they do know how to make money on the market. It's just that once their targets are hit, man, they don't know how to let go. How important is it to let go of trades?
Like how I've helped myself is it's a thing of as long as I made money, you know you made money, and just don't be greedy, because you won't get anywhere with the greed. And one thing that's helped me have the discipline is my trading plan.
Right.
Always sticking, and that's one thing I learned from Andy, FX Goat,
right.
Andy the Goat. That's one thing I learned from him, that stick to your trading plan.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you can't come. Don't cry back saying you lost money, you did this and this happened. Just stick to the trading plan. It's gonna help you. If you're a trader that applies those take profit stop losses, I do this thing where I apply a phantom.
Phantom, what's that?
A phantom stop loss or take profit. So basically, I'd go on my trading view or on my MetaTrader. I just take maybe my box, and that's where I set it. Like, okay, this is where my take profit is going to be. But I'm not advising people not to use take profits and stop losses.
Oh, so you don't set a manual?
I don't set the actual one, but I put it on my
trading view.
On my trading view, or where I'm analyzing. I just put it there. I know that when the market reaches that point, I close. Because also sometimes you put your stop loss and you take profit, and you find that the market will play with you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's it rejects.
It rejects and does this, does that. So I put the phantom on. The phantom meaning basically ghost. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what I do, and that's helped me. But I don't advise. I advised everyone before. I feel like you need to build up to that point.
Or in terms of your skill.
Yeah, your skill and understanding how the market works. But there's days when, especially with indices, either you must put the stop loss.
Or you'll go home.
Yeah, you'll go home crying. You'll just ruin your day or your week or your month. But yeah.
So what does your trading plan consist of? Because you said that's the key.
Yeah. My trading plan consists of it. I feel like my trading plan is not only my trading plan, but it's my day-to-day plan and my life plan. Right. Because it also consists of what time I wake up, what I do after waking up, and how my day goes. I simply my gent understand what I do. Yeah. I wake up at 5 every day. He even like, dog, I didn't expect you to be up at this time.
So run us through
my day
in the life of OG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first things first, wake up. You know, you need to be grateful for every morning that you wake up. Just simply pray. I'm very religious. Yeah. And just wake up, pray, before I even brush my teeth or take a shower or do anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I mainly go outside just to take in the fresh air before I even look at my phone or respond to messages or DMs. Do that, come back in the house, obviously brush my teeth, take a shower. Then only after I look at my phone. And then obviously I go on the PC, analyze, look at the trades that are running, take profit, stop loss, this, that, marketing, all those things, and set up the day. So from there on, while I'm on the PC or in my office, I just plan the day, knowing that, okay, today these are the pairs that I'm looking at. These are the signals that I'm going to be sending out. These are the trades I'm taking. These are the meetings that I have planned for the day, whether I'm going to come to the office or be at home or have other meetings or maybe link up with you. Yeah. I'm hoping we're going to link up a lot more often, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
You see, I'm putting this on camera.
Definitely,
you know what I mean?
We will.
But yeah, that's how I actually plan out the day. It's just, and then take on the day. It's pretty basic and chilled.
Yeah.
More than anything.
But there is a routine that you
there
stick
has
to.
to be.
Okay. Yeah, bro. So now let's get into the technical stuff.
Yeah.
You know, for people who are viewing right now and want to learn about how to execute trades, how to be profitable, and all those things, man. Give your viewers right now 3 tips to become profitable.
Yeah.
And how to manage themselves when they are trading.
I think through managing themselves, they'll be profitable from that. So dwelling into that, let me rather explain it in a way of how I'm able to become profitable.
All right.
First things first, I stick to my trading plan.
All
right? After losses, I take a break. Right? But now, when analyzing, I need to mainly find 4 confirmations. So with that, I'm gonna actually drop a video on my YouTube channel about the confirmations, how I analyze, so on and so forth, right? It's just all about finding the confirmations. With the confirmations, simply means that you become confident. When you're confident, that simply means you know what you're doing, regardless of whatever the market can do or try to manipulate or try to have pullbacks or retracements, all of those things, you know what I mean? So that's how it goes about, and having my daily targets, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like we all have different daily targets. Even with me being who I am right now, or where I've been able to work my way, push myself to. I start my day with, I'm okay with even making a minimum of 2 grand.
2K.
If I can make 2 grand a day, and that's the minimum, because it didn't start off as 2K. Yeah. It started off as, okay, I need to make like 200 in a day, right? Seeing also with the account size. Okay, in a day, I need to make 500 now. Okay, now it's 1.2, now it's 1.5, now it's 2 grand, right?
You're being realistic with
yourself. Must be realistic, and with you being that realistic, that simply means that you might even, most of the time, I even surpass my targets because I start the target so low, but bro, 2K a day, who won't be happy with that? As long as you're making 2 grand a day minimum, that's where I am. I'm not saying everyone should be on that target.
Yeah. And you can easily surpass that.
You can easily surpass 2K, bro. You can take it to 10, 20, 30. It all depends on what the market is doing on that specific day, how much money you're risking, so on and so forth. And also, with me personally, it doesn't just vary on one account, right? It varies on different accounts. Like right now, I probably have like over 6 different accounts, and which I'm trading different things on. And with every account, because the account sizes differ, also the risk management and the lot sizes and the entries are also different. I can't use the same lot sizes as the other account. It's gonna blow.
True.
From the jump, it's gonna blow. But that's how I do it, man. Just work around it. And I can't tell people to use something specifically. I can only advise, because also personally for me,
certain things don't work.
Certain things don't work, and the shoe won't fit for everybody. You know what I mean? I had to find my niche. I had to find what I'm comfortable with. I had to find my day-to-day on how I'm gonna do things in order for myself to be in the specific head frame. Because at the end of the day, yes, I'm trading my accounts, but I also have students. You know what I mean? I also have students to make sure that my students are always taken care of, that my students are not experiencing losses, my students get their mentorship, my students get the necessary reading material. There's a lot. You don't just think about yourself. Yeah.
So it's not just a one-sided business where you just only focused on yourself and your trading. You also, have people who are looking up to you to teach them. So that's the other side of the business. So I think you actually did mention a couple of things, more than 3 things they should focus on, which is proper. And in terms of quick questions, now we're going to go through quick questions. That some of the viewers wanted to ask.
Yes, sir.
What is the craziest trade that you've taken, whether it's monetary or points, or a trade that you'll never forget?
It's actually the trade I'll never forget is actually not from now. It's from back then, it was in 2020, right? Late 2019. I wasn't too informed of what CPI was.
Yeah.
You know, your CPIs, your NFPs, and so on and so forth. And I remember, no, it was actually NFP, because I remember it was a Friday.
Yeah.
I went crazy that Friday, bro. It was a Friday. I was taking a trade on gold, right? With me taking this trade, I remember I was selling gold with NFP. And I opened a big, so look at this coincidence, right?
Yeah.
It's NFP. I'm trading an exotic pair. And I made a mistake on the lot size I used.
Oh.
Right? So I used a big lot size. But fortunately, it didn't blow because it was just, I think it was during NFP. So it just immediately went into my direction. And all I saw was, I was like, excuse my French, but fuck.
It's a lot of money.
What did I do, right? Yeah. Before it even went into profit, I'm like, fuck, if I close, the account is almost gone.
Yeah.
So let me just hold it out and see. And literally, bro, I won't lie, I made 15K from 700.
700 rand.
But with the bonus, I had a bonus on the thing. Yeah, that was the craziest flip. My first craziest flip was back then, and I'm saying it was that one because now it was the first one. Obviously, there's many more, but with the other ones, it's more mandatory. You plan it, you evaluate, you analyze, you apply risk management before executing, so on and so forth. But with that one, it was a mistake. It was NFP. It was just a lot. Hence, it was my craziest, and I was still very broke. Yeah.
So it changed your situation in that moment.
It wasn't the one that it changed the situation. Yes, but I blew that money that weekend. Yeah. I was just operating.
Show you it's possible, man.
It's possible. It's possible, bro. It's possible. Don't ever stop. Don't listen to people saying Forex is a scam. If Forex is a scam, then why are there so many of us doing it? We're not idiots.
Yeah.
We're not idiots. We know what we're doing. Just invest in yourself, invest in the knowledge, and just go out there and get it. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing to do.
All right. And then the next question, thank you for that.
Next
question, how do you feel about people who view traders as scammers? You know, people who aren't informed about what Forex is.
Do you know what I think the first thing that makes people think Forex is a scam, right? Is the mentality of thinking it's a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yeah.
This is not triple M. It's really it's not triple M. You can't just make money now like this by not doing anything. You are already no. Even with the people that are seeing the lifestyle that we're living on Instagram, it's not that you're faking it or it's not that you're putting yourself under pressure. It's become mandatory, right? You build up to that level. Yeah. You don't just start off and you're already rich. It's important to I always tell people this. It's like starting a business.
Yeah.
When you start a business, you don't just take the profits from the business already, you blow them, you do whatever, you behave recklessly.
Yeah.
You gradually grow. You know, you respect your trading accounts like you are running a business.
Yeah.
And I promise you, from that, you're gonna succeed.
Definitely.
You are gonna succeed, and I'm honestly, that's the one key factor. If you treat it like a business, you make sure you respect it, and you apply the proper information and rules to it, you're gonna succeed.
You're gone.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, man, to your future self, where do you see the OG brand or you as Shaun being in the next 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years.
And 3 to 5 years is far, especially for trading.
Yeah, it's quite far. But I think some of the people have actually realized, especially on my Instagram and Telegram and LinkedIn, I'm going through my rebranding phase. I don't just want to be any other trader who pops bottles, who lives in Sandton, who does all these crazy things. But now I'm trying to be respectable because there's so many of us traders that are just living for the weekend. You know what I mean? And I'm not living for the weekend. Unfortunately, I had to learn from living for the weekend to not live for the weekend. You know what I mean? So now I'm focusing on bigger things, bro. They're taking my business to a much more professional space. Do you know what I mean? And ensuring that it's a formal business that's reliable. That's why whenever people want to have the one-on-one sessions, they come to the offices here in Morningside. If you want to do this, if you want to book for the offices, now it's not a matter of DMs. You have to send me an email. You know what I mean? You have to go on my Outlook link. You have to do this. So in the next coming years, I'm trying to, I can't even say that I'm trying to build the OG name like anybody who's currently in the game or who's been in the game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm building it as who I see myself to be in the future. I can't say I'm looking up to whoever, I'm trying to be like them. There isn't anybody that I'm looking up to who I'm trying to be like. I'm trying to structure this thing, and I'm going to structure it in such a professional, reliable, and transparent way as possible. Like, for example, I'm about to have a business exhibition on the 30th of November here at the offices. It's an exhibition where not only traders but businessmen also come through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fortunately, I've been able to mingle and dabble into this and that with other business owners who are in a different field. Do you know what I mean?
And network.
And networking is so important. Like, networking is the most important thing. That's why I don't just focus on Instagram. I focus on LinkedIn. I focus on Facebook. I focus on Telegram, and which is all the professional spaces. You know what I mean? So we're just trying to formalize this thing. I hope in the next 5 years we can also have another interview.
Yeah.
Where I'll be pulling up in a Bentley.
Bentley.
Yeah, in Bentley something. The Bentley is not even made yet. It's gonna come out in 2024. You know what I mean? I'd say a Bentley Bentayga or whatever, but they haven't made it. Yeah. But you know, and with the way you're also moving, I know, fuck, bro, you're already at the top, and it's time to surpass and even get higher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just where I'm trying to get at. And also, we're having the tour coming through. And the tour is not just any other tour. Myself and the team, we structured it in a way of giving back. So with me giving back, I can't say I'm giving back to a bro who's wealthy, right?
Yeah.
So this tour is a township tour.
Trading, just focus on trading.
It's a Forex, but we're going to the township.
All right.
Completely free, no admin fee, no paying at the door, none of that, right? Yeah. It's a free tour. We're starting on the 1st of December, actually, when the car lands. And we're going to Alex, we'll be in Alex, we'll be in Katlehong, we'll be in Tembisa, we'll be in Soweto, we're going to Mpumalanga, we're going to all these places throughout December.
Forex.
Just giving these people the knowledge, giving them back, putting them in a signals group free of charge, giving them mentorship, and giving back, bro. You know, I feel like I have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you've already gained a lot out of this.
You gain so much, and just giving back is the least I can do right now. And obviously, the more I become blessed, is the more I'll also give back to the people, because I didn't get here by myself.
Yeah.
You know, I got here through people. You know what I mean? Association and people, learning from people, so on and so forth. So that's the plan for OG Trades. The tour is coming up. Next day we go on African tour. From there, global. And yeah, that's where we're trying to get at, bro.
Yeah. So they must DM you.
DM me. Whoever's interested.
Strictly business or?
Yeah, but I have a link on my Instagram.
No, I'm not talking about.
Nah. They can't DM that one. You want to get me in trouble now? Nah. But yes, but you guys must DM, please. There's no ring on here. I don't have a ring. I don't have a child. They must just know. I don't have those two.
No, but it's for business only, man.
Yes, and the other one, but it's fine. But I'm joking. But yeah, so that's just what we're gonna do. Posters are gonna be out. And let's give back to the people.
Yeah.
We owe it to the people. I come from the hood. I know how it feels like to be in a disadvantaged position, look at a person who is in a better position, try to get help from them, and they don't reach out to you.
Yeah.
I know how it feels. And I'm trying to be that person that they can reach out to, and I'm going to reach back.
Yeah.
Simple as that, bro.
Hey, man, I think that was a really nice way to wrap everything up. Shaun, yo, man, it's been great.
Thank you, brother.
Hopefully, I see you more. And for the viewers who are watching, thank you for tuning in to this episode with Shaun OG.
Yes,
Make sure
sir.
you do watch the first episode we did, but please share this with your friends, any trader who wants to grow in the trading space. And if you guys are interested in the tours that Shaun has coming up, make sure you
Which are free.
you know, giving back. But Shaun, it's been great, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Shout out, man.
And shout out to my G.
Yes, I'm
And
dope.
it is a wrap.
Let's get it.
Yeah.